A number of years ago, I went to visit a friend. He does pretty well financially, and it shows up in the house that he built on a large acreage outside the city limits. Now, I had visited before, but on this trip, I noticed new construction next to his garage. In the original build, my friend had constructed a three-car garage on his property. And not one of those barely fit three-car garages that you see in the suburbs. This was a huge three-car garage with space not just for vehicles, but also a workbench, snowblower, riding lawnmower, and built-in shelving for storage. Next to that garage, something new was being built. When I inquired about the new construction, he responded, "Oh, I decided to add on an RV garage." Now, let me be very clear. This is not a story questioning his decision or anyone's to build an RV garage, buy a larger home, or add on new space. I don't know his full motives or heart or rationale for the addition. This is a story about something different that I learned standing right there in his driveway. It's a life lesson I've reflected on numerous times ever since, and here it is. If we don't intentionally set boundaries for ourselves, we will often live as if there are none. For my friend, with virtually limitless land and money, he could theoretically continue to build as many buildings on his property as he wanted. He could add on and expand as much as he wanted, and that would happen until he decided for himself, this is enough. I want no more. The only thing that will stop the expansion of construction on his property is the artificial boundary he would choose to set for himself. But of course, this isn't a story about him. This is a story about you and a story about me. Because the same scenario plays out in our own lives. If we don't intentionally set boundaries for ourselves, we will live as if there are none. And we can see this play out in countless areas. The size of the house that we buy, the amount of stuff that we own, the amount of money that we spend, the amount of food that we eat, the hours we scroll on our phones, even the amount of time we dedicate to making more money. In many areas of life, the boundaries of our lives are determined only by us. And if we don't set them intentionally, we begin to live as if there are none. We go deeper into debt, we gain more weight, we accumulate more stuff, and we waste more and more of our hours and days. Of course, there is a positive to this reality. If every boundary in our life is set by us, it means we can redraw those boundaries whenever we want. If you currently watch 3 hours of television every day, you can decide right now to watch just 1 hour. If you eat 4,000 calories a day, you can set a new limit right now to stop at 2,500. If your discretionary spending is adding to your credit card debt, you can limit your spending to your monthly income right now. Most of our habits are determined by the limits we have intentionally or unintentionally not set, and we can change them anytime we want. In many cases, the boundaries we live within were set years ago by habit, culture, or our upbringing. But they don't have to stay the same. They can be rewritten and redrawn anytime we want. So if you're looking for a positive change in your life, choose to redraw your boundaries in every area or any area. Let's talk about how to do that. To get started, here are 7 tips to create boundaries that give life, not take it away. Number 1, remind yourself that all freedom is found on the other side of discipline. We often think of boundaries as restrictions, but boundaries don't restrict our freedom. They help us realize it. Every athlete, every artist, every leader, every parent who has ever achieved great things has done so by placing intentional limits on their time, behavior, and habits. And the same principle applies to us. Freedom is not found in doing whatever you want, whenever you want. It's found in choosing the right boundaries and sticking to them. Number 2, focus not on what you are giving up, but on what you are gaining. If you focus only on the thing you're limiting, less television, less spending, less sugar, you're likely to feel deprived in setting boundaries for your life. But when you focus on what you're gaining, better health, more savings, stronger relationships, you'll feel motivated to keep going. What we choose to focus on matters, so keep looking for the good you are bringing into your life with the boundaries that you set. Number 3, ask someone you admire what boundaries they have in place. If you want to grow in any area of life, ask someone who is doing that area of life well. They won't feel imposed upon. If your passion is to grow and your curiosity is genuine and authentic, there are countless people who would love to sit down and talk about how they draw boundaries in their life and structure their day. Number 4, time journal your typical day to spot hidden blind spots. Take one full day and write down exactly how you spend every hour. And be honest with yourself. I actually think you'll learn more time journaling an entire week, but let me encourage you just to start with one day. Just like keeping a spending journal helps us see blind spots in our spending, a time journal will help us learn new things about how we spend our time. After reviewing the use of your time, make decisions about what new boundary lines need to be drawn in your life. Number 5, make small, incremental changes. Big, sweeping changes usually don't stick, but small, consistent ones do. So don't bite off more than you can chew in setting new limits. Rather than trying to overhaul every boundary in your life overnight, just pick one small area where you want to start. Then gain some victories before challenging yourself in other areas, and you'll be surprised how the momentum grows. Number 6, fill the empty space with life-giving activities. Setting a boundary, like limiting social media use or spending less, will likely leave a new open space in your life. And habit experts tell us that if we don't intentionally fill that space with something better, old habits will rush back in. So decide ahead of time what new uses of your time or your money will fill the void. You're going to start taking a walk, you're going to read a book, you're going to donate to a charity, you're going to have a phone call with your friend. Maybe you're going to watch every video from beginning to end on my YouTube channel. That would be great. And lastly, number 7, find pride in your progress. You won't be perfect. None of us are. No matter your passion for crafting life change, you'll stumble at some point in the new boundary that you're trying to set. So don't make perfection the only finish line. Learn to celebrate the small victories and find pride in the progress you're making. It's true that when we don't set boundaries, we often live as if there are none. But the opposite is also true. When we become intentional in setting boundaries, we discover more life, more joy, and more meaning on the other side. Boundaries don't restrict your life, they set it free.